Hello everyone, it's good to be with you again. As we start today, I want you to think about a penguin. Not just any penguin, an emperor penguin. You know, the happy feet, dancing kind of penguin. Emperor penguins live up in the Arctic and they gather together in big groups to breed and lay their eggs and raise their young. Did you know that as they come together, they can identify each other by each bird's unique song or voice? And once that little chick hatches out of its egg, it can identify its mom and its dad by the unique songs or singing voices of those birds. Amazing. But you know what? It gets better because mom lays the egg, but dad looks after that egg. He protects the egg from all the elements. He holds it on his feet and he protects it from all that is the Arctic. But more than that, he sings over his egg. He sings over the egg until eventually the egg sings back. Yes, the chick inside the egg is able to respond to its father and sing even inside that egg before it is hatched. Amazing. God made the penguins. He made the egg and the dad and the mom and the unique voice, and all of those things just shows us his power and his might and his awesomeness and his imagination and his creativity. God is wonderful. You know, John chapter 1 tells us that everything was made through Jesus, for Jesus, and by Jesus, and that Jesus holds all of creation in his hands. He holds those penguins in his hands. But we can take it further, my friends. He created us too, and he holds us as part of his creation in his hands. Just as the penguin holds the egg, so God holds us. Just as the penguin sings over the egg, so God sings over us. Do we recognize God's voice? Do we hear God speaking to us in all circumstances, in our celebrations and in our difficulties? Are we hearing God's voice? It's very easy to know a lot about God. It's very easy to go through the motions of reading the word and praying and going to church and listening to things online. It's very easy to get wrapped up in the busyness of life, in raising our children, in working or not working. It's really easy to stop hearing God as he sings to us, as he speaks to us. And I want us to just learn from the penguin today, to take some time to stop and listen for God's voice. He is singing to us. He is speaking. And we need to hear him. We need to be able to identify the unique voice of God over all the other voices that are bombarding us in our world. And then just like that chick who responds even inside the egg with a song back to its father, so we need to be singing back to God. What kind of song are you singing at the moment? What kind of song do you usually sing? I've been challenged by that over the last few weeks. Philippians chapter 4, verse 4 to 8, we know really well. It says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." And again I say, rejoice. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, make your requests known to God. Rejoice in the Lord always. Is my voice a song of rejoicing in all things? Is your voice a song of rejoicing? Now for me, my voice is often action. I'm definitely an action kind of girl, and so when God speaks, I want to do something. That isn't necessarily what God is asking of me every time. He wants me to respond with joy. He wants me to respond with rejoicing every time, in all circumstances. That needs to be my voice. That needs to be the voice that the people around me hear as I respond to God. Now, all of us can look at our homes at the moment as a bit of a shell. They kind of protect us and hold us in during lockdown. But other things can be our shell. Depression can hold us away from the world. Busyness can hold us away from the world. Or perhaps overwork or underwork, the worry of work, can be the thing that holds us, that is like our eggshell holding us in. But remember, my friends, in that shell, God is still holding us. The penguin holds the egg. God is holding us. Everything is in his hands. And so we don't have to rejoice in the circumstance, but we can rejoice in the Lord. He is holding us. He is speaking to us, and we can respond to Him with an honest heart, with a joyful heart, and with rejoicing. That's my challenge for you today. I know that's a challenge for me in this week. Think about, do you hear God's voice? And how do you respond? And then this week, respond with a voice of rejoicing, with a voice of joy. Let those around you hear you responding to your Father, who is holding you in His hands.